would you say that the group was stagnating at all in terms of commercial success, or were you guys kind of at the high point?
Nah. The group was definitely not stagnated at all. We were getting ready. That next album probably would have been at least 3 to 4 or 5 million copies. I mean, we had just shipped 700,000 copies over to the UK. Right. We're starting to, we went from doing a bunch of TV and interviews to now we're, doing performances at clubs and arenas, and like it's starting to bubble. Okay. I feel like B2K would have that next album. Right. We had our first #1 Hot 100 record with Bump Bump Bump. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Like, and that's all. Both these albums came out in the same year.
Right. Oh, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we dropped the first album in March 2001. Then you come back, you drop another one December 10th.
Yeah. Legendary.
Shit, these guys were just maximizing on their money.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But so did you? So you guys filmed, or you did everything for You Got Served, but then by the time the movie comes out, you're already actually broken up, or how did this go?
Yeah, like, there's some intricate parts, but like around 2003, we had just came back from doing our promo run for Bump 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 in the UK, right? For the new album, for the second album. Yeah. And at the time before we left, I think we just finished the contracts. When we got back, we shot the movie. That could have been like late 2003. That was a big year for us, right? Yeah. And then the movie. So between those last 5 months, things started to crumble apart. You know what I mean? And I remember us showing up at the premiere. We didn't show up together. Mari and his security and all these people, they walked in, and we, the three of us came, and you know what I mean? The way they was promoting the movie, it was them over there promoting the movie, and then it was us over here promoting the movie. It was just, things were different.
Did people seem like they understood, or because nowadays the fans are picking through your social media with a fine tooth comb? They're noticing before you want them to know.
They just wanted to see us together. I believe they, as time, unveiled it, was revealed, like people were able to, put their story together, what they think. But it's a lot of moving parts when you got a group that's generating millions of dollars, a lot of success. Some people think it's always, well, this guy's jealous of this guy. It's so many moving parts. You know what I mean? That's why I feel like B2K we could really do a freaking biopic. I feel like, and it would have to be 4 separate parts, because everybody's life, you know what I mean? I'm curious to know, what, like Amari's side or the other boys, and, some of my stuff is played out, publicly or whatnot. But, I feel like you bring all that shit together is what makes people still want to see the group.
I watched a whole Netflix series about Wham.
What the fuck is that?
I don't even know. Yeah, it's George Michael had a group called Wham.
Okay, George.
And they actually had an unbelievable number of huge hits.
Wow.
Which people forget about it because it was like corny ass 80s music. But,
hey,
they had crazy, huge records.
Big following.
I'm just saying that, I think B2K probably could get more views than Wham. So I feel like for sure that's probably something like that coming.
Yeah, that bro, listen, it's been a conversation, but respectfully, each gentleman in the group would have to, obviously, what I was saying, produce hey guys, we're saying it out now. Obviously, you have to produce your story. You'll be solely responsible for it. And then we would have to collectively agree, which we will, and all have to sign off on each other's. So we all are, representing, and putting out the right narrative, and where everyone's being seen in the proper light that they want to be seen in, which I'm sure we work together. I'm sure we could figure something like that out. Right. I think that would be dope.
Right. Were you surprised by how big You Got Served
Oh, hell yeah.
became?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's like literally like a cult classic. Yeah. So, shout out to my family. He's out there doing some amazing films and stuff like that. And, having that opportunity to be a part of You Got Served, like that was huge. The movie was called Dance, and the movie was originally written for Genuine, which was Elgin, Leah, which was Aaliyah, Wade Robinson, Dave, which was Dave Scott, rest in peace, Dave Scott. And it was a dance movie about battling, right? And it was so dope because the timing of it was so. Remember I said how the group was placed strategically. The timing and the alignment was just so perfect. That was almost like 86. I would have to do the math on that, from 86 to 2004. Like that was like the new era of breaking, if you think about it. You know what I mean? And the world goes like this.
I don't feel like breakdancing has really had a pop culture moment like that.
You don't think break? Oh, because you said pop culture? No,
yeah, like nobody, like something that makes everybody stop and pay attention to this like small subculture.
You don't think breaking did that back in the day?
No, I'm saying since You Got Served. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, because You Got Served, bro. When I seen You Got Served on South Park, I was like, oh, this shit's out of here. I sat back and I was like, yo, this is then they made dance flicks. They making spoof films of it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that was,
Was there anybody involved who was like, you know what, this movie's fucking huge. Let's keep this B2K thing going. We still have.
There was a lot of people that tried to step in to make that happen. I think the damage was done at the time. I remember sitting down with Steve Harvey. I remember, there's been conversations where, Amari probably had an opportunity too, where he could have said, you know what, I'm going to do the solo album, then I'm going to go back and do B2K. I feel like there's a bunch of different parts, but it was so much damage. And I feel like there was a lot of growth that needs to transpire from everybody. And I like where we're at today. Do I think we left a lot of money on the table? Hell yeah. Jesus. And not just about the money. I look at people, and shout out to Chris Brown and the stadium tour. I look at, people and their supporters have been able to grow with them, right? So imagine all those years you just keep working. You get to grow with them.
You got 12 albums.
Oh, come on, bro. You telling me you're not in the stadium?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not just about the money, but we do get into business for the love, but gotta have the money.
Would you say it was an ego thing that stopped you guys from being able to do it? Or was it because ultimately Omarion just wanted to do his solo thing?
No, I don't think it was none of that. I would like to believe that it was a lot of moving parts that didn't necessarily involve us. Like I said earlier, brotherhood stuff could be worked out. Right. If my boy want to do a solo album, like, cool, we can go in there and support you on your solo project. Same thing. Fizz had a record deal. Mari had a record deal. I feel like there was a way that things probably needed to be handled. You know what I mean? With all of the politics, personal relationships, transitionings, big movie coming out. These are so many different moving parts. You know what I mean? So it's like, and you got different people, different managers, different agents, different executives. You got different people in your ear that weren't in your circle. You're super famous. You got some bread. I would have to say it was, inevitable.
I mean, we always talk about how groups don't really work in hip hop. Like, but would you say that's true in large part for R&B as well? Like,
would you say people would try to break groups up or try to, kind of like self-destruct them? Let's say, okay, most people say, okay, well, groups are going to only have 2 albums per se.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do people start looking at the solo artists? Like, I knew Amari was going to go solo before the group even started.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I mean? So for us, we all knew that. Like, he was already a solo artist. He already had a Pops commercial. He was already, a backup dancer and doing, commercials. And like, he was moving, he was working. Right. You know what I mean? So I knew he was going solo. I know he was really sad about it because I didn't think he was ready to go solo because there's a way maybe he wanted to do it. It would have been nice. I mean, he had a very successful run, you know what I mean? Very successful run, and that's really good for him, but imagine if, we were all dropping solo records, Like, I think there was an idea where the Pandemonium album, we dropped 5 different covers. Everyone had their first cover. I believe there's an idea floating around about all of us having our own solo albums. I thought that would have been dope. If each B2K member had their own solo album, dropped them at the same time with a B2K album. Never seen it done.
Yeah.
So that's the type of creative shit we had around us. Yeah. You know what I mean? And, if they can get the Fizz solo album done, and if they was able to get the Marion album done, I mean, I was happy for everybody.
Is there an extent to which, too, it's also like, well, shit, we've been chopping this money up 3 ways or more once you count the managers and labels, whatever. But like, if I work on my solo career, I don't even need to be anywhere near as big as the group because I'll be getting 100% of the money. Or, whatever, I split with the label and the manager, whatever. Was that part of it too? Because it's like, a lot of times you think of that, like, imagine being in Wu-Tang and you're going on tour and you got to split the money 10 ways.
You know what? You would have to. I was never, big on going solo, right? So I wasn't really thinking about that. And I'm a share. I believe in sharing, right? And I want everybody to win. I really don't win unless we all win, right? And. Maybe I won't say that, but like, if that stuff's not been planted in your brain, how are you already thinking about that? You know what I mean? As a human, it could press your mind. Do I think that was driven in our group? I don't believe that because we knew we were growing as a family. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's build an empire, and eventually, people will go off and do other things that they would like to do. But it's like keep the keep the mothership, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Together.
If you haven't checked out Everything 420 yet, you are definitely missing out. From glass gear to infused sweets, they've got one of the best lineups online. They ship fast, it's always discreet, and their app makes shopping too easy. The deals are always running, and you can use code NOJUMPER for a little bonus at checkout. Shout out Everything 420.